You know what? At this point, I can't even blame Donald Trump anymore. It's the people around him. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Santana, and I am here today because people are lying to Donald Trump, which is causing Donald Trump to lie to us, or at the very least, be super delusional. What am I talking about? Let's listen to Donnie toot his own horn.
I think what she might be alluding to is the base is going to stay with you regardless. And you've gone through different regardless. But some of the people in the base don't want a long-term war. They're afraid that we're going to get into a long-term war.
What you looking for a long-term war?
Yeah.
We're looking. I only want one thing. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Right.
That's it. I'm not looking long-term, short-term. And I've been saying that for 20 years. I've been saying it as a civilian who got a lot of publicity. People would cover it. Very simply, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. That's it. It's not a question of anything else. And if you did, you wouldn't have much of a country because they would use it on us and would use it on other people, and they'd be a terror all over the world. So I may have some people that are a little bit unhappy now, but I have some people that are very happy, and I have people outside of the base that can't believe that this is happening. They're so happy. And there was a poll that just came out today that my approval rating's the highest it's ever been. All I'm doing is saying you can't have a nuclear weapon. And I tried to do it nice.
Now, again, I don't want to say that Donald Trump is necessarily lying. It could be the case that he actually got bad information, and even more so, you have reporters standing around him, allowing him to spew misinformation, or at the very least, continue to live in a bubble of ignorance. So, what's the truth? What's the actual deal with the polls? Let's take a look. So this is an article from Newsweek, and basically just stating that Donald Trump approval rating plunges within the Republican Party. Now, I love this poll because it's from ITTP Insights, League of American Workers, and it says from June the 9th to 11th of 1,584 registered voters, Donald Trump's approval rating stands at 43%, with his disapproval at 50%, giving him a net rating of negative 7%. This is down from a net approval of -2. Now, I know some people may wonder, like, what's happened recently for Donald Trump to actually lose so much support within the Republican Party, within MAGA? This is an article from Forbes that talks about how Donald Trump's disapproval rating is directly tied to his handling of Israel and Iran. As you can see, his approval rating is at 46%, and it's directly correlated with the conflict. Taking a look at where things are as of June the 17th. Now, this is from Forbes talking about the actual timeline and showing that it's at a -13 rating. And these actual polls come from The Economist and YouGov polling. What this timeline shows is that the handling of the events with Israel and Iran has completely impacted the way that people view Donald Trump, specifically his base, showing here that 30% approving and 41% disapproving, while 60% of the respondents, including 53% who voted for Donald Trump, all agreed that the United States should not get involved with this conflict between Israel and Iran. And you want to know what the cherry is on top of all of this? The thing that makes this even worse, it's this. Do you know how bad it is when Fox News starts telling the truth? Do you know how bad things have to be when Fox News actually starts telling the truth about Donald Trump? Do you know how bad it is when Fox News starts telling the truth about Donald Trump and how bad of a job he's doing? Now, the one thing that I will say is that they did kind of, sugarcoat it and try to be kind of vague with the numbers. And they said in recent polls, his approval rating is in the upper 40s and his disapproval rating is hovering slightly above 50%. So they tried to, kind of throw some softballs, but they still could not lie about it. Donald Trump is failing the American public. And I think that the people around him, they're failing him because they're not telling him the truth. They're lying to him, and they're not pushing back on his disillusion, which causes him to continue to parrot things that aren't true. Anyway, I love you all, and as always, peace.